previous video, we created a configuration profile to redirect known folders to OneDrive and also automatically log in with OneDrive. In this video, let's create another app because we have Microsoft Store apps, we have the 365 apps. Let's package one. I have a full course on that for free on YouTube, 4 hours long, so I'm not going to go in detail. If you want to know more detail, I recommend looking at that one. So we're going to package, let's say, VLC. Download VLC, so we will need the MSI file, and let's see, I actually want the MSI, let's take the one for 64-bit version. So while that's downloading, hopefully somewhere, I haven't seen it started yet. Oh, there it comes. Great, it's getting there. Meanwhile, while that do that, we can go to the root and we can create a root folder again. I'll call it underscore Intune packages. And if you have followed along the my series how to package, you can use the template that we created, but I'm going to create a new one from scratch. So VideoLAN VLC, I didn't quite get the version, was it 3.17? If not, we can fix that later. And under here I like to have two folders. One which is output, that's going to be the Win32 file .IntuneWin, and we have a source folder, source, and that's where we're actually going to create it. So we're going to put our MSI file here if it's finished to download. .4. Okay, we'll rename the folder to that. And downloads, let's open the folder. I'm gonna cut this one. Have I lost where my files are? No, here. Let's paste this one in here. And while I'll remember, let's rename this one. That's the rename. It was .4, right? Yep, I see it up there. Okay, good. So we have the source file. We need also icon if we want to put it in the company portal, and we need the actual tool who will create the IntuneWin file. So let's look for IntuneWin file. Win32 app IntuneWin. It's the one. This is the one we want, the prep tool. This is the prep tool we want. Oh, it's been updated 3 months ago. Okay, let's download this one. I'll put description in the video, direct link to it. So here I'll cut it again, go back to our source, or actually we don't want that one in the source. And we need a VLC logo. I'll do a VLC transparent logo, would be nice. Hopefully that one is transparent. SVG. Let's see if we can take a PNG. PNG. Are you a PNG? Or are you just the same? No, you're again the... Let's take this one. Let's not translate. Let's agree. I'll download this one. You can take any image you find. Here. That will work. I'll rename this one to logo. Let's put VLC. I'll cut this one as well. and the same, this one doesn't have to be in the source. So with IntuneWinAppUtil, we take all the source and we're gonna create it into a file into output. But before that, I want an install script also. So let's create a new text document. And I want actually the extension to be .ps1. So hold on here. If we go options and go, let's view file extensions, apply, and let's rename this one. And we call it install. I'll call VLC. Let's put the version 3.0.17.4, and it's a 64-bit one. And we didn't want TXT, we want PS1. Exactly. And let's open this one in PowerShell ISE. PowerShell ISE. Don't have to be admin for creating it. For running it, yes. And drag in our friend here. And let's start write it. So I like to put some quick comments just about what it is. Install VLC or 64-bit, and then actually I prefer to have 3 to indent it a bit. Author, myself, and something like date 31st July 2022, and then a comment. What do we do? Let's create a log folder first. Log folder, if one doesn't already exist, and we check if it exists first. If not, and then test path, and where should we have it? Well, I think ProgramData is a good place. ProgramData, and I put JBNlogs. If that one doesn't already exist, then do what's between curly bracket. And I see I have one non-curly bracket. And so if this folder doesn't exist, then we want to create it. And that's new item, ItemType, it's a directory. And what is it? Well, ProgramData, actually JBNlogs doesn't exist on my machine. If it was spaces, we would need a quotation. I'll put one anyway. So now we know we have it. Now we have to set up a few variables. We actually don't have to, but it's easier to look at it. So we'll do JBN script root. It's where the script will find all the files. We do a split path, and my invocation dot my command dot path. I hope I didn't do too much spelling. That one should be a $. My invocation, that looks good. Then we know where the installer is. That's going to be the MSI file. So I'm going to take which actually going to reside in the script root. So we copy that, paste here, backslash, and now I want the file name. I'll do a fake rename, Control A, Control C, got the name, back to PowerShell IC, and I see I misspelled root, or I miscopy it. Let's put that in double quotation. Then we need the arguments, and that's for MSI.exe. So that's gonna be quiet, don't show anything, and just log. And where do we want to log? Well, ProgramData JBNlogs. So if we didn't create it on line 8 here, if it didn't exist, then this would fail here. And what should we call the log? We can call it install-VLC 3.17 for x64.log and close it. JBN arguments, we need a dollar, right? If it's a variable. Okay, then we do start process and we do file path. And where is our path? It's the JBN installer. Then we have an arguments list, and that's gonna be our JBN arguments. Copy, and let's add a wait. So this one is finished. So this should work. Let's save this. Do some smaller correction, just verify I haven't done any small stupid typos. No, it looks pretty good. So let's save this one. We would need an uninstaller, but we're gonna use MSI code for just uninstalling to make it easy. So now we have to create the Intune Win file. So we go back up here and we run the IntuneWinAppUtil.exe. So it's asking for the source folder, copy as path, paste in here, setup file. Here I always recommend choosing the MSI file. So I'm gonna do fake rename, Control A, Control C, and paste that in. The output folder, we take this one, copy as path, and always no on this one. So now we are creating the Intune Win file, and we put that in the output. Perfect. So now let's go back to Intune console and Microsoft Endpoint Manager admin, I should say. Let's go to apps, all apps. And we have 2 Microsoft Store for Business and 1 Microsoft 365 apps. So let's add a Win32 app. We select the type, so I didn't choose Windows there, that's why we see all this different. So if we go under Windows, other, okay, Win app Win32, we select that. We select the app package file, and we browse it, and we put it under Intune packages, VideoLAN VLC in the output, and here's our Intune Win file. We hit OK. It's not going to start to upload until we're finished. I'm gonna go OK with this name. Normally you would probably change it. I just put VideoLAN. I don't want this video to be too far. Category, let's call this maybe. Then notes, I usually put who is the packager. I put myself and the date, 31st July 2022, and then we select the image that we had there. And that one is the VLC. Perfect. I have to click OK here, and then we go next. So we get this for free. This was totally work, but we won't get our log file. So you could definitely keep it like this, but I'm going to change it. So start PowerShell.exe, put execution policy to bypass. Normally don't need that because Intune bypass anyway, and then file, and we need our installation file here. It's gonna be this one. Let's rename, Control A, Control C. That. I see I misspelled policy. and PowerShell execution policy bypass, and we run this file. We no specific action. We go next. Requirements. It has to be 64-bit OS. No older than that. Go next. Detection role. Here we're manually gonna select it. So we actually get for free the MSI code, but lately I've changed. I prefer file. That's better. So if we look at the path should be C:\program files /VideoLAN VLC, and then it's probably VLC.exe. I will verify that that's the case actually, because detection rule is the #1 most common failure. Let's see. Yep, that works. And VLC.exe. Okay. So detection method, what I prefer is that the string version is greater or equal. And why that? Because if someone updated to a newer version, I want this one to still be true. If not, it could start. So the value should be this one, the version we're pushing. And it's not a 32-bit app. You could have kept the MSI detection rule, but that would be only for this version. If someone updates, then this one is not going to be true. Then we go next. We have no dependency, no supersedence. Let's assign this one. We'll do again easy to all devices. I don't want any end user notification. Actually, let's keep it for this time in order that we see it. And also in the foreground, that goes a bit faster. It's not that important. We could have left it. Normally I hide it, but for now it's a good that we see it. So if I hit create now, it's going to start to upload the package. Nearly finished. Perfect, finished. If we go properties, we should see that we are able to change it. Yes, the blue. Okay, perfect. So now we're just waiting for our clients to install it, because we did deploy it to all clients again, I think. Yes, all devices. Do one change. Let's, instead of making it required, let's add it available to all users. In that way, we control when it starts. We'll do that little change. Then we will see it in the company portal. I'm now on the client, and it took a few minutes, but now it's showing up. So now we can test it out. I'm going to click on it. And let's see if it's working or if we have to adjust something. First, it's downloading the files. And we didn't hide any notification. Normally I would do so. Downloading. Then it's going to run our PowerShell script. Hopefully put the parameters and everything good. If not, it's going to fail out pretty quick. Installing. We did it. Looks like it worked pretty good. We'll see if it doesn't like the detection method. So that means it should have created under ProgramData also. It did like our detection method as well. So if we go ProgramData, it should have created our JBNlogs that was created just a few seconds ago, and in there we have our install log, which should end with the exit code 0 at the end, which is success. Exit code 0. Perfect. So our detection method work. I usually don't like this shortcut. I usually add at the end of this install script to delete it, but I think it's good here to see that it show up. So got it, started. Oh, would not have liked to see that, but okay, at least it's installed and it's the right version. Excellent. So this video became a bit long. We're nearly finished. So if we go here to all our apps, we should now have a few different apps in our tenant. We have still our 2 Windows Store for Business. We have our Microsoft 365 apps, and we now have a Win32 app. Thank you very much.